Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, here we analyze some of the questions that you may be asking yourself. So here today, we are asking ourselves, why is the Kalenjin tribe of Kenya very good in athletics, especially the long distance? So I myself, I'm a Kalenjin. I come from Kericho, Buret. I'm a Kipsigis sub-tribe, of Kalenjin community. So, so Kalenjin community or Kalenjin tribe are the southern Nilotic people indigenous to East Africa, residing mainly in what was formerly the Rift Valley province in Kenya and the Mount Helgon and the slopes of Mount Helgon towards Uganda and towards Kenya. You know, so the number is the Kalenjin in Kenya is 6.4 million individuals, while in Uganda are almost 500,000. In Tanzania there are 11,000, and in US they are about 80k approximately. So Kalenjin tribe mainly consists of Pokot, Nandi, Marakwet, Elgeyo Marakwet, Terik, Sabawat, Tugen, Ori, Ogiek, and Kipsigis. Kipsigis are the largest, followed by Nandi and the rest. You know, here are the reasons why this is a small tribe in Kenya. This is the reason why they are very dominant. They are dominating in sports, athletics, especially long distance, 10,000, 5,000, 3,000, 8 triple Gs, 1,500, and the marathon. Yeah. The first one is the culture, Kalenjin culture. You know, Kalenjin culture is a product of its heritage to suit the cultural adoptions of the British colonial period. Kalenjin culture, in Kalenjin, our culture, we know how we initiate boys. Yeah, in our Kalenjin culture, when a boy is born, he stays for almost up to 4 years with his mother. And after 4 years, up up to nine, he stays with his boys, doing lots of things, and after that, the boy is initiated to a ceremony. And this ceremony, they go to, they usually go to bushes, go to bushes or the forest, inside the forest. They do initiation, they do a ceremony there. So, that also contributes, as a boy become a man, he learns how to take responsibility. There's also a lifestyle which also contribute to why the Kalenjin dominate. Kalenjin lifestyle. Kalenjin keep cattle, and we keep cattle and we run after them in islands. So there is also altitude which they live in. We live in Rift Valley. Rift Valley has a 7,000 meters altitude. So in Rift Valley, our lifestyle, we go about in life. We food we take, maybe, there's what you call mursik. Mursik is a sow milk. In sow milk, yeah, we ferment milk and we add some. There's a tea not a tree, there's a plant. There's a plant where we burn so that we get a charcoal, or what we call in Nasek, from that plant. And we use calabash when we are fermenting milk. So when you use calabash, we we use that tree to wash, to rinse, and to cleanse that calabash. That also tree also it contains it's a medicinal plant, and it also contains calcium, potassium, which is good in strengthening bones. Yeah. Also have biological aspect. Um, Kalenjin longer femur bone means that their reach is better. Mm. No, the typhoon is longer, so meaning when they strike, they strike a longer strike. Yeah, they strike a longer, and they are also their upper bodies are stronger, so they take in a lot of more air. When you are taller, yeah, collagens are tall. When you are taller, you are you stand off the rest. So so you take more air than some of your short friends when you are competing. Yeah. Body mass and bone structure in collagen is different. The body mass and bone mass is different. Studied Kenyans had less mass for their height. They have less mass for their height, longer legs, shorter torsos, and more slender limbs. More slender limbs. So any kind of limb of collagen is like the limb is always large enough, man, to grab the ground surface area. Man. And some also say they live in high altitude. Kalenjin have advantage of high altitude, which means that they are needing more oxygen. They are able to condition their hearts and breathing system. But when they come to lower altitude, they are able to run faster and lesser motors. Man. So the advantage of high altitude, man. And they say they say high altitude make you make the body to have the to make the body to get used to the low oxygen level, so that when you come to low altitude where the oxygen level is high, so they are able to condition fast. Yeah, man. They say also they had also contribute. Man. Like pastoralists, Canadian consume a great deal of meat and milk, which it provide the body with high energy carbohydrates as well as bodybuilding calcium. Yeah, man. In our diet, Kalenjin, we used to we there's also there's vegetables which is indigenous vegetables. Some are wheats, yeah, like they call it isage. Yeah, man. They are bit so bitter, but they are very important in our body. Some also the mother are called soik, sake, Project Rwanda. No, those are weeds, but in our culture, they are they are vegetables, which are very important. Man. They are very important, you know. And you find that in every Kalenjin household, they must have this. It's like a culture. It's like a culture that they we eat ugali with these vegetables. Vegetables they are very rich in. They are also medicine. Yeah, and there's also mursik. Mursik is a type of soy milk or fermented milk, which There's no. It's not just a normal fermented milk. We have that thing I told you. They call it nesiot. They call it nesiot or what? Yeah. That there's a plant that we have. That's why when you see mursik, no, there's some milk where the Avata tribes in Kenya are white, but for Kalenjin they are white, but with they they have dark spots. I don't dark sunny. No, they when fermenting that charcoal, it's like charcoal, but that charcoal they add the calabash. They had it with the calabash, man, and when they add milk in the calabash and close it, so wait for 3 days or more. So you know during the fermentation, it mixes, it mixes, and it also provide a good taste. It provide a good taste to mursi. So mursi is that what they call it. I don't know. No, it's very special. There's no other tribe that some other tribe in Kenya have their some like different, but here Kalenjin we had a special something, and which also contribute to some extent because that plant is medicinal. Yeah, you know, in Boston Marathon in 2012, the first, second, and third place in both men and women were Kenyan in Boston Marathon. This showed how Kenyans had been dominating. This was 2012. Since 1980s, 70 to 80% of its long distance race winners are from Kenya. Yeah. Since 1980s, and in women since 2000, because some early marriages prevent women and girls from beating, so they provided with the the marriage restrained them from competing, so they find themselves in their households instead of pursuing their career. Yeah. In 1988, 20 out of 25 first place men in Boston Marathon were Kenyan. And yeah, 90% of that was the Kalenjin tribe, especially from Nandi. Yeah. As of Kipsigis, there's Talai, you have Talai here. Even more amazing is that three-quarter of Kenyan champions come from the ethnic minority of 6.4 million or 0.6% of global population. Yeah, that's Kalenjin community. Man. You know, there's also conspiracy about there are various studies where they try to find out why they are Kalenjin or dominating. Is it genetic? Is it culture? Is it food? Is it lifestyle? There are studies that claim that try to explain it. I don't know if they are conspiracy or what, man. There has been a cultural argument that Kenyans become great runners because they often run several miles from school every day. From school, no. School is far, it's remote area, no, not like urban centers. In Rift Valley, the school is far away. So there's there was also a clip where the student was noticed to be running with some at least he, he was running with at least with athletes to school, so he had a handbag. You know what I mean? But a decade ago, someone started asking Kenyans if it was true, and it turned out to be mainly the Western imagination. Man. So most of the other people, mostly the Westerns, imagine that the and it's not true. Yeah, 14 of 25 of 20 surveyed Kenyans race winners said they could walk or ridden the bus to school like a normal children do. So it turned out that it was just one of the conspiracies, which is not true because most of the runners were asked, yeah, man, 14 out of 20 said they use school buses or walk. Yeah, man. Another cultural argument says that they run barefoot, which develops a good habit. They say they run barefoot, which develop a good habit and good grip to the ground. And for me, I never, and since I don't know, maybe your family was somehow went off, yeah, but it wasn't that really, yeah. But this is true. But if this is true, if they walk barefoot to school, surely the far more populated countries in South Asia, where living without shoes is common, will dominate, over Kenyans. The countries like Philippines, those Southeast Asia, you those countries have the poverty level is like that of Africa. So if it is true that running barefoot to school is will contribute, why are they not seen in dominating? Another ascribes if is another ascribe is to symbol food of Kenya, but but this is again true to many parts of the world. Yeah, Kenya is not so in good. So some say good symbol food, but we have had a no in Kenya we don't even have the good simple food. In other words, we have healthy simple food. So doesn't explain. Yeah, doesn't explain. Kalenjins have inborn physical and genetic advantage. That's what they concluded. You know, when Kipkeno was asked in 2000, he said there is nothing in this world unless you work hard to reach where you are. And so think running I think running is mental. So when Kipkeno was asked, he said running is mental. So he worked for it. He worked for it. So it's funny, there's no some say genetic, yeah, some say genetic, some say it's the culture, way of life, but there's no single conclusion that has been found. Two European land, well, Kenya's success may be in it. Two European-led studies in small region of Western Kenya, which produces mostly race winners, found out that young men could, with only few months of training, reliably outperform the West's professional runners. Yeah. They decide the boys from school has high chance of winning than the professional runners, especially from Scandinavian, because before 2000, before 1980s, before Africans, before Kenyans dominating in long distance running, the Scandinavian countries were dominating. So yeah, so when they did research, they found out that Kenyan boys with no training can outperform the professional Scandinavian runners, professional runners. So yeah, running, like any sport, is inherently physical, and physical traits inform athletic success. Yeah. Just because lad, but and Michael Jordan are told doesn't mean they aren't first and foremost great athletes. Part of the Olympian Michael Phelps, yeah, record-breaking swimming in his unusual body shape, which is genetically inborn. You can't train for long arms. You know, mostly it is inborn, mostly it is genetics, mostly it's advantage to the athlete. Uh, you can't decide the body where the body you are born with. You can be born with a rigid body, so that's an advantage to you. All athletes, all athletes owe some of their success to their physical traits across the ethnic group. And because that ethnic group is part of story of colonialism and white exploitation of blacks for their physical labor, it's harder to talk about. Yeah, it's always harder to talk about the traits, across the ethnic groups. But it doesn't make their athleticism less amazing. You know, winning is also, you know, in Kalenjin community, we used to, in our culture, everyone, nearly everyone, has a kettle, has cows. Nearly everyone in the village. If you don't have a cow, you are fused. You are viewed as the I don't know. It's like a mandatory that everyone get a cow. A cow is also valued as very is valued. Even before, like my grandfather, my grandfather during the 1940s, before colonization, my grandfather always valued the land, and not land. They value cattle more than land itself. He could rather he could rather sell the land and keep the cattle. So you know that's why when you have a cattle, they are guaranteed of milk. So there's high chance that your family will drink the milk at the end of the meal also, yeah, during the meal. So, and in our culture, because milk, because everyone has a kettle, because milk is available, so we always make more sick this some milk, and it's like it's a culture, man. you know it's a culture, we are used to it, man. you know in a Kalenjin household, you rather, if there's no ugali, if there's no mursik and the vegetables in the indigenous, they call it wheats or no yam. There will be no complete breakfast if don't prepare supper, if that is not the case. If there's no mursik, ugali and the I don't know what they call it in vegetables, we have varieties. Indigenous, we have indigenous. That's what they are making. What's making, I don't know, it's Kalenjin. That's what's making Kalenjin to have a strong bone or what, and the indigenous vegetables. You know, some of you are used to pizza, I know it's pizza, yeah. But you know, as an athlete, you must watch what you eat. What you eat is what's important. What you eat is what you are. If you eat a lot of fats, a lot of cholesterol, so you can imagine how your body fat or how your body will respond. So I don't know. I may conclude that it's also part of the genetic Kalenjin people being slim and being tall may also be part of the reason. Also, Jamaica. I hear the story, the conspiracy. I don't know. I'm not sure that the Jamaicans are from what descendants from East Africa. I don't know. Someone researched that. I never researched it. Jamaicans are descendants of East Africa, and if that is true, I think it's time for Kenyan to go for sprinting. Yeah, hundreds, 200s. We are also in 800. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. No, being a Kalenjin, I don't know. Being a Kalenjin is also make you very proud, man, of your culture. We still have our culture, man. We still initiate boys. They say it's outdated, but it's very important. Yeah, man. So, Kalenjin people, thank you very much for representing us. You're doing a great job there in London, Olympics, and it's also become it has become what is called it has become a what is called career or the most sought career. When you want a medal, you don't have to get employment. You can start a business. That's why it motivates people. In Kalenjin, it's like a career. It's like I don't know. It's like you know before you do anything, you must try athletics first. First option, try athletics. And if it fails, try other things. You go study, do what, but you must first try athletics. So I don't know. In Kalenjin, it has become a culture. This running has become a culture now. So you find that the simple way to make it in life is to win a medal, which is very legit, man. It's like this. It's like the Brazil with the football, or the European nation with the football thing. Yeah, man. So it's also good. It's also good because it helps a lot, man. We tried a lot to fight poverty. Some of us, like me, we studied in school. We studied in school, university. So we study. It take long after studying. You finish from 4, you go to university. You come and you find a job, which is related, which is mostly we are in a country where it's almost a second world, third world country. So you find it hard to find jobs. So if you don't have an alternative of creating some business, of saving some money, that you can start business as you find job. So it's that environment alone of unemployment makes someone very anxious to win a gold, man. That alone, that the money alone, either silver, bronze, or gold, that alone will change your life, because you can start a business. After starting a business, and that's it, man. You, you, your life changes, and you can decide whether to start again, to go again for another call, which can boost your business, or we are satisfied with that, man. So that is it, man. It's been a culture. It's now becoming a culture, man. It's not becoming a pressure that let me tell you something. we are Kenyans or Kalenjins. You know, when you go there, when you are get a chance to represent us in Olympics, when they get a chance to represent, when you get a chance as an athlete to represent us, they can't appreciate it unless you win something. And the pressure for gold is always very high, man. You know, Kenyans push Kenyans. You know, if you are not, they say if you are not going there to bring the gold, you better stay at home. That pressure alone may be the reason for success. I don't know because you know what are you going to tell people? Utambia nini watu? Yeah, man. You know, it's also it's also good for to that pressure, man. Although it may have a negative impact, but as an athlete, you will you will also deny that as a chance. So when you are there, you must win. You have to win so that people can be welcoming when you come home. Because if you do not win, why did you